Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So a lot of you, if you've been with me for a while, you might remember this background. I am going to kind of be flicking between backgrounds for a while because I'm kind of on the move a lot at the moment. But I think both backgrounds that I'm going to be using you'll already have seen, you're going to be quite familiar with them. So today's reading is kind of a follow-on from the last reading that I did, which was general predictions for 2021, trying to see what the main themes are going to be for you in the new year, whereas this one is focused on love. So we're going to see what's coming up for you in love in 2021, and I'm not doing it as like a month by month thing or anything like that. I'm just going to see what the general mood of love is going to be for you in the coming year, you know, what you can expect, what you can look forward to. We might get some hints and clues as to when roughly within the year that might happen. But that's not what I'm focusing on. I just want to see what things are gonna happen for you, because I know that things will happen at different times for different people. This is a general reading on YouTube. It's not a private reading. So if any of this doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Just leave it. Only take the messages that really resonate for you. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's donated to the channel. Thank you for all of your kindness. A big thank you to my patrons as well, including Alexandra, Kat and Kelly. Thank you so much for all of your support. It really means an awful lot to me, and to everyone as well who's not in the top tier to get their name shouted out here. Just thank you for all of your support over on Patreon, and thank you to everyone who comments, who likes, who subscribes to the channel. All of these things really help out my channel, so thank you to all of you for helping me get seen more on YouTube. I'm so excited because I really want to hit 12k. It's been like a long time that I've been on 11.9, and I'm just so ready for 12k now, so let's make that happen. And I'm going to show you the piles that we've got today. So we're going to be using different tarot cards for each pile. Then I've got plenty of oracle cards. We've got charms and dice as well, like usual, so we've got plenty of information to get through. So over on group 1, we've got this little Christmas cupcake, and it says 40 pence, because I know some of you in the last video were really like hooked on the numbers here. And we'll be using the Faery Tarot for this reading. So that's pile 1, and just think to yourself, what's coming up for me in love in the new year, or what can I expect in love in 2021? For pile 2, we've got a candy cane, and that says 10 pence, and we'll be using the Oceanic Tarot for that. And for pile 3, we've got these bells, and it says 85 pence, and we'll be using the Ramses Tarot of Eternity for that one. And you can kind of choose as well by element if you want to. The Faery Tarot is kind of earth and air, the Oceanic Tarot is obviously water, and I personally class the Ramses Tarot as a very fiery deck. So if any of that resonates with you, you might want to choose by element. But I would say choose intuitively, mainly. So if you feel really drawn to the bells, for example, you should choose the bells rather than the cupcake. You know, just because you prefer the picture of the cupcake doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to give you the best reading. So go by where you're feeling drawn intuitively, where your gut is pulling you. And it's fine to choose more than one pile. You might find if you do that it's mainly about half of each reading that resonates with you. That's fine as well. Like I said, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And when you're ready, I'm going to start with pile number 1. Okay, my pile 1s, if you chose the cupcake with the number 40 written on it and the Faery Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. So I will get the tarot cards first, and then I've got loads of oracle cards. I picked a lot of decks for today, some of which I haven't used in a while. And then we'll do your charms and dice. So group 1, love life in 2021. What are the main things that are going to happen? Okay, you've got quite a lot of tarot cards starting us off. So we've got the moon, first of all. Then the Page of Wands, which is the Page of Acorns in this deck. Then we have the sun. I like that. I like that you've got the sun and the moon. Or rather that the moon is kind of going into the sun, because that's a natural progression from 18 to 19. Then we have the King of Pentacles, which is the King of Bells in this lovely deck. 9 of Bells or 9 of Pentacles. and Judgment. Wow, that's so weird that we've got like the Moon, then the Sun, and then Judgment, because those go in like a perfect order, even though there are cards in between them. Okay, interesting. I think it's going to be quite an eventful year. I do see at least 2 kind of main people coming through for you here. And normally I would say that this Page of Wands character is likely to be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The King of Pentacles is likely to be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What I kind of feel is that this person is likely already known to you, and with this, the way that he or she appears here in between the Moon and the Sun, I kind of feel like this person is someone that you've been talking to for a while and things haven't been progressing in the way that you've wanted. I get the feeling that you want more from this person than they can offer you, or they've kind of been pretending that they can offer you something and ultimately they're not going to end up giving it to you. And so I feel like at the beginning of this year, this coming year, you're going to pull away from this person and you're going to choose your own happiness a bit more, because you see the Moon here, this guy is kind of pointing to the Moon and it's like he's telling this woman a story, and I kind of get the feeling that he is like spinning her a line in a way, like he's telling her, oh, we'll go and do this, or we'll do that, or I've done this in the past. And I get the feeling that this person maybe isn't all that they're cracked up to be, or they may not be telling the full truth. Whereas here we've got the Sun, 2 people dancing in happiness and freedom, and the Sun is really associated with truth. So that's kind of the storyline that I'm picking up for some of you there. And then we have this King of Pentacles character, and I feel like this is someone who, with the Judgment card, is likely to be a past life person, someone you've known from a past life, could be a soulmate as well. I just get the feeling that this feels like an important relationship, and it feels like they have come into your life for a reason. They may be someone from your actual past in this lifetime who you just haven't spoken to for a while. Maybe you dated before, maybe you were just friends, and they come back into your life and you click really well. Because what I like is that these 2 cards popped out together, King of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. And whenever I get this card, I kind of think of respecting someone. I think of valuing someone for who they are. It's kind of like a positive motivation card for me. This person doesn't see you as an object or a conquest or anything like that. This person really values who you are as a person, whereas this Page of Wands character may not have done that, or they may just not have been ready for you or not mature enough to offer you a relationship. Because that's another thing as well, is that the King of Pentacles is way more mature than the Page of Wands. So that might be an issue as well that's been coming up in a recent relationship for you, is that someone just doesn't seem to be as matured as you do, or you're just not on the same page in that sense. So let's move on to your oracle cards. Love in 2021, group 1. Okay, we've got the Guardian of Swords there, which is the King of Swords, so that's interesting. This could be the same person as the King of Pentacles, and this just, again, says that they are someone who's very dependable, a very intelligent person, probably quite career-oriented if both of these cards come out. Or it could be a separate person again. You know, there's plenty of opportunity within 1 year to meet lots of different people. So this has a lot of air signs associated with it. We've got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and this is actually Archangel Michael who's depicted on this card. So for some of you that could be a clue. This person might be called Michael or Michael or something similar to that. Even Mitch or Mitchell, I would say, is like similar enough to Michael. You may just be asking Archangel Michael for some help, and that's just proof that this lovely archangel is around you at this time. And I should have mentioned as well that Pisces comes out with the Moon card. So that's a lovely card there. It's a lovely card of protection. I really love whenever Archangel Michael comes out, because it feels like he's giving us that extra bit of strength, especially at times when we doubt ourselves. And I love the rose as well. Like the red rose for me is all about true love. So some very honest intentions from someone here. Then we have Story Keeper, number 4. Tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. Okay, so some of you may have a blog, or you may be someone who posts a lot somewhere online to help other people who are going through similar experiences to you. Some of you may find some very valuable advice from another person in this year that really resonates with you, or you may read, for example, an article online about someone's experiences in love and it just really resonates with you. Like you really come away from that feeling like you're going to think differently. I think as well some of you have been or will find a lot of positivity from keeping a diary. I think you're going to be able to look back over that and see kind of a pattern of behavior or a pattern of thoughts there that will help you in the future. Then we have sisterhood, number 41, friendship, allies, compatible souls, I like that, loyalty, joy, and delight. Okay, so again, you might find that you are introduced to someone through friends, or you may start as friends with someone and then gradually get closer to them in this year. I also think that's just a nice card of saying that there will be a lot more social opportunities for you in 2021. So you're likely to meet this person in person, you know, rather than meeting them online or through dating or whatever. I think you're going to meet this person face to face the first time you meet them. And it may be at a party or a group gathering or a wedding or something like that. It feels as though your friendship group is connected to this, or very close family members. So then we have the golden path within, and that card suggests that you've been kind of unsure of what you want recently, and it's time to get back on the right path of understanding yourself and knowing that you're going in the right direction. Because I feel like recently in love you've been questioning yourself, like you've been questioning, why am I repeatedly ending up in this situation, or why do I keep going for these kinds of people who let me down, or even you've been trying a lot of different things and now you're not sure what you want. And so that's important before you move into the new year, is maybe to write down your feelings or your ambitions and see how that fits in with love. See exactly what it is that you're wanting so that you have that clear ideal of what is a deal breaker for you, you know, what you will and won't accept, what's kind of a grey area, what's a red flag, all of those things so that you don't waste time in the future. Then we have flower, number 17, be honest with yourself. And I think that's connected to this as well. You know, I did mention honesty earlier on, and I feel like when it's just you and a book or a computer screen, if you want to keep an electronic journal or kind of write a letter to yourself about your love life, I feel like you are more able to be honest that way rather than when you talk to someone else, because then often you find that you censor yourself. You don't want to tell people those deep dark feelings that you have, or you don't want to tell people exactly how you reacted in a certain situation because you're afraid that they'll think you're silly, or you know that they'll think differently of you in the future. So I feel like being honest with yourself and being able to see your flaws and what you need in a relationship is going to really help you moving forward. I think a lot of you as well are going to be honest with yourself about a current relationship and realize that this person, whether it's a serious committed relationship or just in the dating stages or even a crush, you know, I think you're going to realize that maybe it's not the right person for you, or it's not working out for you in the current circumstances, and changes need to be made. Then we have moon cycles, and that's interesting because we got the moon card in the tarot, didn't we? So I feel like things are going to move in cycles in this year. I feel like you're going to have times of massive ups in relationships, and you're going to have times of big lows as well, where it feels like you're getting no opportunities, or you feel like you've made the wrong move and things like that. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if it follows the cycle of the moon. So, you know, you get more talking and more opportunities during the waxing moon, you start fresh things in the new moon, you feel like you're lacking in energy or you're not getting much communication during the waning moon. I wouldn't be surprised if it followed that kind of template. Let's get some cards specifically about love. Okay, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, so you're encouraged to put more work into your love life in the coming year. It may be that you've taken a break this year because You know, there just haven't been those opportunities that we normally expect. There haven't been the social gatherings or the parties or, you know, the evening classes or anything like that. There just hasn't been so much opportunity in this year. So I feel like you've maybe stopped bothering, or you felt, whatever I do, it's not going to come to anything. And I just feel like in the coming year, it's better if you get yourself back out there again, even if you've had that little break. And you might actually have welcomed the break. You know, it might have been a time to be honest with yourself. It might have been a time to work on your own goals, especially those of you that write habitually. Some of you might write stories or poetry. And that may have been helpful just to be around yourself and be in your own company for some time. That can be very helpful. Let's get another love card. Actions speak loudly. Number 49, express your love through actions. And again, it's weird because this was talking about making more of an effort, doing things to put yourself out there or to put yourself in a position where you will meet someone. So 2021, say yes to opportunities, say yes to socializing events, even if you feel like you've been out of the loop for so long that you're not quite ready to go to a party or, you know, do these big things that require a lot of social energy. I just say yes to it, accept those opportunities, and don't hem yourself in, don't restrict yourself. This may also be a message that you or the person you're going to meet or grow closer to in the coming year has acts of service or expressing love through actions as one of their love languages. So, you know, some people really need to hear I love you, or they need to hear certain words as a way of feeling loved, but some people prefer to show love rather than saying it. So that might be something to be aware of. Oh, lovely. Door to personal healing and happiness, number 34. And because it landed kind of like this, I feel as though it's something that's just been gradually coming towards you. I feel as though this just hasn't been available to you in this year. You know, you've been closed off from the door of personal healing and happiness. So that's a lovely door to come out for you in the coming year. Just seeing if I get anything else from this. I feel like it's not just physical healing, I think it's emotional healing as well. Especially for those of you that have been hurt in love recently, or even in relationships. I think a lot of people have realized that certain friendships, they were putting in most of the effort for them. And, you know, in this year, those kind of friendships have fallen away, or people just haven't been able to maintain them. So I think a lot of emotional healing comes through with this card, but I just love that word happiness. I love the rainbow in the background and the dove, that kind of peace symbol. Really, really beautiful. So what I've got now are my archetype cards, and then I also have a Gods and Titans oracle and a Goddess guidance oracle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these archetype oracle cards to see what kinds of people are going to be important in your love life in the coming year. And then I'm going to pull a Gods and Titans card and a Goddess guidance card. And basically, if you are interested in the masculine, you'll listen to the message from this card. If you're interested in the feminine, you'll listen to a message from this card. You might want to take both of them, you know. If you're a feminine interested in the masculine, you might get a message for yourself from the Goddess guidance, and you might get a description of your person from the Gods and Titans, and vice versa. So just take whatever resonates with you. Let's get the archetype cards first, though. Okay, so these are the three main players in your love life in 2021. Now, they might not all be love interests, you know, some of them could represent yourself and the way you go about love, or some of them could represent people who give you advice about love or introduce you to the person, you know. These are just the people to look out for. So the first one is victim. Light attribute is preventing you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Shadow attributes are playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity and inability to maintain personal boundaries. Okay, so that's number one. And you don't have to take both shadow and light attributes. You might just want to take one, whatever resonates. So then we have Midas and Miser. So light attributes are entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And shadow attributes are hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And what's interesting is I always really connect the King of Pentacles, who came out earlier in your reading, with King Midas, you know, this person who is able to turn opportunities and ideas into gold. Someone who's very good at making money and being successful in that material sense. And then we have Knight. Light attributes are loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. And shadow attributes are allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. So those could be three separate people. They could be three sides of the same person. I'm just pointing out things for you to look out for in the coming year in people. So let's get your Gods and Titans Oracle card now. This is going to be the message of the masculine in the coming year. Okay, we've got Vishnu, balance. Okay, so someone who's going to be very balanced. So if you're looking for a masculine, then you're going to be finding someone who is very balanced, very centered, you know, someone who doesn't kind of have excessive emotions, someone who isn't easy to shake in kind of, what's the word, like emergency situations. They're not someone who loses their rag. They're not someone who gets angry. They're quite reserved. If you are the masculine, then this is saying the kind of energy that you should embody is this balanced, centered, gentle energy. And now let's get the message for the feminine. Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So if you are interested in finding a feminine, you will be meeting someone who has gone through a lot of change recently or is really changing as a person. So it may be someone you've known in the past and then you meet them again and suddenly they're like a completely different person. This could be someone who's lost a lot of weight, who's moved a long way, who's done a lot of traveling, who's really changed their perspective on life, you know, these kinds of major changes. If you are the feminine, then that's saying kind of what you're going through at the moment or what you're going to be going through in 2021 is this transformation energy. And I'll just get you one more card to see if there are any other issues affecting your romantic life in 2021, and then we'll do your charms and dice. Okay, so you have number 5, Erwartungen, expectations. So because this is a victim card, it's a black card, Opfer, then this means that expectations can negatively affect you in your love life in the coming year. If you have very high expectations of someone or of a relationship straight away, you know, when you rush in with these big expectations very quickly, that can damage the relationship. But I feel like equally, there's the flip side where you go in and because you don't want to get hurt or you don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, you can have really low expectations. And then that kind of means that you end up not really interested in the person or not bonding with the person in the right way. So I feel like the best thing to do is to try and tread the middle line here. Try and stay balanced and centered, you know, not expecting too much of someone or of yourself, but equally not having such a low expectation that you're not interested. You know, just having that nice open mind will be helpful, group 1, in the coming year. I feel like you've got a lot of kind of orange and blue colors here as well, so that might resonate with you. That seems to be the overall color scheme of your reading. So let's do your charms now. And just as a quick disclaimer, if you don't like the sound of the charms being shuffled, or if you have the volume turned up full or really high, you might just want to turn it down while I shuffle them, because some people it can be really grating for them. Some people find it too loud or just too harsh a sound with it being metal. So that was your 2-second warning, group 1. So, love life in 2021. Okay, so look, we've got the butterfly there, which is my transformation symbol. So that's really resonating with that card right there. So there is going to be a lot of transformation going on for you here. I can also see the feminine on the moon cycles card. So if you're the feminine, that again is another confirmation that you're really going to be in tune with lunar cycles or even the wheel of the year in terms of your energy and what's happening for you in the coming year. If you're not the feminine, then this is saying that that is what is affecting the feminine in the coming year. So that's just something to keep in mind and be aware of. You have the letter S there, so that could be someone's name or surname. I felt soulmate as soon as I saw that, but again, it could be another word that pops up for you. It could be a place even where you might meet someone or grow closer to someone. You're being given this charm for protection. It's telling you to have faith. Again, this sense of not worrying too much, not having that fear energy coming towards you. You have the black swan there. So someone is very unique. Someone you're going to meet is not going to be like other people that you've had a relationship with in the past. You're going to kind of click with someone in a way that feels different somehow, maybe more intense or stronger or just more harmonious or something, but it feels different. You've got a lovely big key there on that card about the door, so really unlocking this beautiful door for yourself, door to personal healing and happiness. You have this attachment charm, so going to grow very attached to someone in the coming year. Also this awakening charm, really understanding and realizing something. I can see as well that you've got this love heart and also a really big heart there. You've got the owl symbol, which is all about being, very aware of the situation, really listening to what your inner voice is telling you as well, not being swayed by that. Because I think some of you are still experiencing these negative impacts from a previous relationship or one that still hasn't ended, but which is having some kind of negative impact on you. Because I've got this charm here, which to me symbolizes the lack mentality. When someone feels like they're not good enough, or they're not pretty enough, or they're not thin enough, or they're not, rich enough to attract someone, when they feel not worthy of someone. And also on the victim card, there is this charm about revenge. So maybe worried that a past partner is going to have like a negative effect on your well-being, or that they're going to try and get back with you or blackmail you or something emotionally. There's this energy there of being worried about repercussions from someone else. You have a fire elemental there, the salamander. So fire elementals working with you at this time. There's that little worry thread on the victim card as well. Maybe this is someone that you meet. Maybe they've just had a really bad breakup with someone and they're worried about what's going to happen with their child in the future, if this person's going to use the child as a weapon, or they're worried about whether the ex is going to try and make things difficult for them at work or something if they work together. Like, that could not be necessarily connected to you. You do have this nutrition symbol as well, which again is making me wonder if some of you are hoping to lose weight, or if there is some connection here with body image, because I did say that when I got the transformation card, and that's not normally something that would come out when I get that card. I would think of it as more of like a spiritual transformation, or a change in career, or a change in where you live. So I was surprised when that popped out. So I feel like that is a message definitely for some of you. A lot of you also coming into some money in the coming year as well. There's going to be improvement in your finances, possibly changing career or getting a promotion or bonus. You've got the spanner there, the wrench. That's all about fixing things, making things more stable. The little elephant, learning from your mistakes, moving forward, not allowing too much worry about the future to take up your mind. And then we also have this astrology dice, which landed on Jupiter. So I said to myself that if this was rolled and there were other zodiac signs that came out with it, then Jupiter would be the sign. But as we've got a lot of signs coming out in the cards and nothing actually in the charms, I would just say be aware of your Jupiter placement in this year, because when you have your Jupiter return, that's often when the divine masculine comes into your life. That's often when you meet someone very important. So I'm wondering if a lot of you will have your Jupiter return in 2021. You might want to check that out. The way to do that, if you don't know, is to get a copy of your birth chart. You can do that for free online. See where your Jupiter placement is, what sign Jupiter is in, and then look up when Jupiter is next going to be in that sign. That's called your Jupiter return. If you're confused, put a comment below and I'll try and explain it in more detail. But yeah, I think your Jupiter placement or Jupiter itself is really going to affect your love life in the coming year. So let's just quickly get your dice on top as well, see what they can tell us. Okay, that's the third set of dice, so the mystery dice that we're going to use today. These ones. And we're rolling 7 of them. Okay, group 1. Okay. Yeah, some of you are in a really complicated situation at the moment. Whenever I get this, I just think it's messy or it's complicated. And I feel like a lot of you have felt as though kind of the rug has been pulled out from under your feet. A lot of you really starting to question a relationship or wondering how you got into a certain situation. But I do think you are going to have the light at the end of the tunnel as this year comes in. You're going to be guided to a better place. And I really think that you're going to make some important decisions soon about your love life or about how you're going to go about things in the future. I would refrain from overanalyzing things in the coming year. I know it's hard, you know, not to read deeper into messages or into things that people say or to really overanalyze their body language. But this is connected to the expectations card. So I would say try not to really, you know, go overboard with overanalyzing. Again, some of you are going to get people coming back from the past. This could be past friends or partners, as I said before, but for some of you it will be past life connections. So someone that you haven't necessarily met yet in this lifetime, but you have in a previous lifetime. And we've got the TV there as well. So I just think of light entertainment when I get that. And I think this is important as well. If you are going to have a connection that feels very intense or feels very, you know, real and fun, I think it's good as well to just try and distract yourself a little bit and not be so overwhelmed and, you know, in awe of this wonderful relationship that it lets you kind of be consumed by it. I would say try and do other things as well. Do lighthearted things that kind of aren't connected to the relationship or the dating scene, and just keep your mind occupied in other areas as well. Is what I would say for you, group 1, in the next year. But it looks really interesting. It looks like there's a lot of positive things coming your way. So do let me know in the comments how this resonated, or if you just want to leave a comment and let me know if you enjoyed this. That would be lovely. I do try to reply to all of your comments and I do read them all. So you'll definitely have something from me, some kind of reply, or I'll at least have read it if you do comment below. Please do like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so excited to get to 12k, and all of these things really do help out my channel. They help me get seen by more people as well. I've also got links in the description box for other ways to get involved with what I do here, so you can go and follow me over on Instagram or Bilibili. If that interests you, you can become a patron on my Patreon page. It would be lovely to see you over there. You get access to exclusive content on Patreon, and also you just get to know me a little bit better, and you get monthly rewards in return for showing some support for my channel and what I do. I am offering certain things over on Etsy. You might want to go and check that out. I've got angel healing sessions. I might not have any slots available for those at the moment. I am offering Wheel of Wisdom spins to answer questions, affirmation card pulls, those kinds of things that might interest you. I do have a PayPal link as well if anyone wants to leave a tip or a little donation to the channel. That would be lovely. And of course I have my Amazon wish list for new decks. If anyone's feeling really generous, wants to leave me a gift over on Amazon and get it delivered to me, that would be wonderful. I've got lots of new decks on there that I'd be interested in, so definitely check it out if that interests you. And thank you so much to everyone who has donated or helped out the channel in any way, shown their support in whatever way you can. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, all of you guys, and I hope you have a lovely year ahead, filled with love and joy and laughter, and I can't wait to see you in 2021. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey there, group 2. If you chose the Candy Cane and the Oceanic Tarot, then this is your reading. So we're going to look at your tarot cards first, and then I have Plenty of oracle cards. I've chosen loads of decks for this one, including quite a few that I haven't used for a while. And then we'll do your charms and dice, like always. So this may be a bit of a longer reading. So Love Life in 2021. Group 1. Sorry, Group 2. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got the Magician, first of all, which says manifestation. That's its keyword, manifestation. It's a nice start. Then we have Ace of Wands, growth. Three of Swords, heartache. Four of Cups, boredom. Eight of Swords, restriction. Queen of Wands, passion. And Knight of Pentacles, loyalty. Wow, so a lot to unpack here. Very different from the first group as well. So let me just point out quickly what zodiac signs I'm seeing. I am seeing all of the fire signs, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I'm also seeing all of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Right, so what I'm seeing is that there is some initial growth, I feel, at the beginning of the year, because you've got two aces here, two wands with the Magician and the Ace of Wands, and the words are manifestation and growth. So there is this sense of like a burst of new energy at the start of the year, and that could come from yourself, like you're just feeling more positive, more optimistic, you're ready for the new year. And then I feel like things kind of get derailed a little bit. And so what I'm wondering is happening is maybe if you don't have a significant other at the moment, you start dating, you go into it with this fresh attitude, and you meet one person that you like and it just doesn't turn out the way that you hoped, or you don't ever click with anyone, and it kind of makes you feel a bit disheartened. So I get this, there's a few months of the coming year where you're just going to feel a little bit down, I think. And I don't think that it's necessarily anything massive like being broken up with or being cheated on or anything like that. I feel it's more like disillusionment. So like you go in with this excitement and then things don't turn out exactly as you wanted, or the partner that you end up with turns not to be as brilliant as you thought it would be, or circumstances get in the way and you just kind of end up feeling a little bit disillusioned. And then around, I want to say autumn time for some reason, I feel like things really pick up again. And so we've got passion and loyalty here with these two characters, the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. And one of these could represent you, or this could be two different people, or just the energies of the time. But I feel like things really start to improve around that time, and you get with someone who is more dependable, or you really set your sights on someone who just seems better for you. And if you are already in a relationship or you're already dating, then I feel like things really kind of improve in terms of passion and excitement at the beginning, and then you kind of hit the peak and then it drops off a little bit and then it picks up again after that. So it's kind of like this cyclical energy that I'm getting, moving in cycles. So let's see what your oracle cards can tell us. They might be able to shed some more light on this. Okay, let's start with these. So Group 2, Love Life in 2021. Okay, so we have Guardian of Crystals there, which is actually the King of Pentacles, although it is Gaia here, so it is a feminine energy. So this could represent you or another person. This is Earth energy again, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming through quite strongly in this reading. We might end up narrowing that down later if more signs come out, like a specific one. But yeah, there is this strong earthly energy here. I feel as though some of you actually start to change something about your daily life, and that has some kind of effect for you. And when I say daily life, it could mean that you shake up your routine a little bit, and that means that you meet someone different, or circumstances improve, like you don't have competing schedules with a potential love interest, because that could cause an issue if you just you physically don't have time for each other. It could be that some of you are hoping to lose weight or tone up or do something like that, maybe change your hair, change your style a little bit. Maybe you feel like you just don't like your style anymore, or your clothes are all old or don't fit you properly and you just want to, you know, touch things up a little bit in the new year. Whatever it is, it really changes the way that you feel, and it gives you your mojo back in a sense. It makes you more content and more confident in yourself, and that in turn draws more people towards you. And there is this loyalty and dependability that comes with these 2 Pentacles cards, so I really like that. Then you have Barnabas and the Prince, number 11. Adventures, discovery, travel, meeting destiny. And I love that you've got this card because this is about a fated meeting. It's about going out there and discovering your destiny. So again, a change in your routine might mean that you meet someone that you would never have met before. Or like it might be a chance meeting, like brushing into each other at the shop, or, you know, meeting someone at a party that you weren't going to go to. This is most likely a soulmate, or someone who you were really meant to be brought together with. What's interesting is you got the number 11 when the first 2 cards that popped out for you were both number 1, so 2 ones next to each other. So this is really nice. I like this. I'm interested to see what the other cards can tell us. Intuition. Okay, so you may kind of get a feeling about this person straight away that this is someone that you are into or would like to get to know a little bit better. It might even be that this person has a crush on you first and you kind of feel that intuitively before they tell you or before they indicate that through their actions. Mabon, balance. Okay, so this time of year might be important for you as well. It's interesting that you've got the word balance because group 1 got that in a completely different deck. But yeah, balance is an interesting word here because that's what it seems like from the tarot cards, is that it's like ups and downs and it all eventually cancels itself out. It all balances itself out in the end. And so Mabon is the autumn equinox. And again, it's weird because I said I felt like things would start to change around autumn time. So yeah, just super interesting that you got that card. So I would say that that's an important time for things to happen in love for you in the next year, is around Mabon time. Not necessarily the exact date of the autumn equinox, but just around that time. Mural. Number 25, be your own first priority. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like some of you maybe put other people to the forefront sometimes and you just don't have time for yourself always. So maybe that's why you doing something that changes your style or changes the way that you feel about yourself really makes you more of a magnet for others. I love this card. I don't really know why, but I just do. It's really pretty. Okay. Water flight, number 14, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. Okay, so if you are going to have a falling out with someone or distance yourself from someone in the coming year, it is going to be like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. It is going to be like you are free from a burden. This is not you being broken up with by someone that you desperately want to stay with. It is like someone is removing themselves from their life or you are pulling away from them, and it's like it changes your outlook. And again, with that whole weightlessness and heaviness lifts, I'm wondering again if some of you are looking to lose some weight or to tone up a little bit to feel more confident in your body. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So there definitely is that person that you just want to get closer to in this coming year. There's that person that you want to explore things with romantically. Miracles and blessings, number 13. Everything has its gift. And yes, that's what I feel it is. Whatever this feeling is around the, it feels like it's around the middle of the year, so maybe from like March to July time, possibly around that time. It doesn't have to be for the full time, but that's when I feel you're most likely to feel that energy. I just get the sense that whatever it is, even though you're feeling down about it, or you feel a little bit like, well, I don't have the energy to try new things, or I don't want to push myself out there, you kind of get that apathy in a way. I feel like it's a blessing that you might not recognize straight away. Because you know, moving to a new area or you changing your job might bring you closer to that person, is what I'm feeling. So, group 2. Woman holding a coin, 42. Okay, and that kind of landed upside down, so I'm going to put that there. So yeah, interesting, when I was just talking about changing a job or moving house or something, you might find that something material doesn't click with you in this year. So you might move a house and then you just feel like you don't love the neighborhood straight away, or you change jobs and then it doesn't pay as well, or you just feel like you're not as fulfilled in that job, or you don't click with the team straight away or the routine. But it has that blessing. So that's interesting. This might also represent a feminine presence. Could be your mother, it could be a friend, a colleague, an acquaintance who kind of interferes with your love life in this coming year. And I only say that because it landed upside down. So to me, it would represent like a kind of challenge rather than a positive influence. But again, miracles and blessings, everything has its gift. So let's see who the main players are in your love life in the next year, who the most important people are going to be for you. Okay, so I've got 3 archetype cards here, and they may all represent aspects of the same person. They may be 3 different people. One or more of them could represent you and the way that you relate to love. But these are just going to be the main people in your love life. They don't all have to be love interests. They could be people who influence your love life or introduce you to someone. But these are kind of the attributes to look out for in people in the coming year. So you have Child Eternal as your first one. Light attributes are determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes are an inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. And you don't have to take both attributes, you know, it could just be one that resonates about a particular person. Just because a person has these light attributes doesn't mean that they have these shadow attributes, you know. Just take whatever resonates. Then the second one is Bully. Light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you to confront the inner fears that bully you. And Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. And then we have God. Light attributes benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. And so I am wondering if this woman holding a coin in the reverse could possibly be like an overbearing colleague, or like a gossipy colleague, or gossipy friend of a friend, or someone like that, someone who kind of manipulates or kind of rubs you up the wrong way. And this God card leads us happily into the next cards that I'm going to pull. So I have Gods and Titans Oracle and Goddess Guidance Oracle. And the way that I'm doing this is I'm going to pull one card from each. And if you are interested in the masculine, so you're looking for a masculine energy in love, then you're going to take this message. If you're looking for a feminine energy, you're going to take this message. You might also find that if you are a feminine looking for a masculine, then the goddess message is kind of a message for you, whereas the God message is a message about the person you're looking for. So just take this how it resonates, but we're going to start with the Gods and Titans Oracle card. And we have Bayame, beauty. Okay, so the masculine presence coming to you in 2021 is very beautiful, very physically attractive, physically good looking. If you are the masculine in this instance, then it's saying pay some attention to your physical qualities. So you might have insecurities about certain aspects of yourself physically. And if you can overcome those insecurities, you'll become more confident, and that draws people towards you. Or like I said, you may want to change your hair, or you may want to update your wardrobe or something like that. But physical beauty is the message of the masculine for you in 2021. And let's get the goddess message as well. Okay, that's Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So if you're looking for the feminine in love, then this woman is going to be very strong, or this feminine energy is going to be very assertive, very aware of what they will and won't accept, what they will and won't say no to. So they have very clear boundaries, essentially. If you are the feminine, then you're being asked to be more assertive. You're being asked to assert your boundaries more clearly and, you know, not be pushed into things that you don't want to do, not be guilt tripped into things that you feel aren't right for you at the time. So lovely messages there. And I'm just going to pull one more card to see if there are going to be just any other issues connected to your love life in the coming year, and then we'll move on to your charms and dice. Okay, group 2, love life. Number 18, persönlicher Mythos. Okay, so this is a subconscious issue that's affecting you. It's a subconscious card. And persönlicher Mythos means personal myth, or like personal story. So basically this means be aware of the way that you frame your life or your love life, or, you know, just cycles and patterns in your life. If you're kind of telling yourself in your mind that this is like a Cinderella story, or you're like Rapunzel, or, you know, it's like this wonderful fairy tale romance, then you kind of have already written roles for yourself, and you've already written endings for yourself and things like that, and the way that you frame things. So you might be framing yourself as someone who needs rescuing, or someone who is damaged, or things like that, and that can cause issues in the way that you present yourself, because you subconsciously affect your body language and the things that you say. So really kind of ask yourself, how am I framing my love life in my mind? What story am I telling myself, even if it's like a subconscious thing that I'm just, you know, playing in the back of my mind? Because I think that would be helpful for you to examine that. Okay, group 2, so let's do your charms now, and this is your quick 2-second warning. If you don't like the sound of the charms, they can be a bit loud. You might just want to turn it down, turn the volume down a little bit, especially if you have headphones in, or if you just generally feel like that might grate on you, because not everyone likes the sound. Some of you really do. I've had some of you say that you specifically watch videos with charms in because you like the sound of them, but other people it's not for them. So turn it down if you feel like it might affect you a little bit. So group 2, love life in 2021. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, interesting. We've got the autumn charm there with the pumpkin. So autumn definitely seems to be an important time for you, or a time when things really change for you. Then we've got these 2 charms that are kind of catching my attention straight away. We've got the blue heart, which for me is normally about having the blues in love, you know, feeling sad, or kind of dwelling on past issues that you can't change now, but you kind of go back and you think, oh, well, if I'd done that, or if I'd done this, it would be different. And I also have love hanging by a thread here, this charm with the word love, and it just, to me, is about love that just isn't going to work out, or a relationship that needs a lot of work to save, because it's got to that point where there needs to be a lot of effort being put in from both sides. So if either of those resonate with you, then that's just a message coming through to validate that. And I just thought I'd point that out, because I do feel like there is this energy in the kind of center of the year where there's just like an apathy or a lethargy, or not wanting to really get involved with love for whatever reason. And it might just be that you're brooding too much over the past, or, you know, worried about what's going to happen in your current relationship, whether or not those worries are founded or not. So we have this charm here asking you to have faith and reminding you that you are protected. You've also got the summer charm. So that's interesting. That might be when things start to turn around for you. You've got the mustache charm there. So that's the charm of the masculine. And you have the chilies, which is all about passion and excitement coming your way. Learn from the mistakes of the past, but don't dwell on them. Just keep moving forward. Don't worry too much about the future either. Just try and occupy your mind with the present, because I definitely get this sense that you are a worrier. You've got a worry doll there. And I just think by nature you're someone who thinks a lot, and you're someone who really worries and overanalyzes and second guesses yourself a lot. And this is just asking you to be more balanced on the inside. You know, it's like that Mabon card. Try and balance those energies. Be more gentle to yourself in your thoughts and the way that you see things. Again, we've got that looking too close or looking deep into a situation there with the binoculars. And the little boy charm landed on that. So for some of you, the reason why you do overanalyze relationships or think a lot about them is because you have a child, and you know, you don't want to get into a relationship that would negatively affect your child if you haven't thought about it a lot. You know, you want to make sure that it's something that's going to be stable for you. Or some of you are getting to the point where you really want children and you're worried that you're running out of time, so you're looking for the right person to do that with. Some of you also worried that the people you get involved with are quite immature, and so, you know, you kind of look for evidence of that or evidence against it by overanalyzing the situation. You have the lovely acorns here, which is the symbol of potential and new beginnings. So I really like that. And again, you have this intuitive message. So being asked to really listen to your inner voice, your inner wisdom, which is reminding you of what is and isn't right in this situation. Don't bottle up your feelings, you know, assert your boundaries if necessary. I really feel like that's a good message coming for you here. Stick up for yourself in this year. Not just in love, but with people in general. And some of you have a connection to Russia, or the person that you're going to meet or grow closer to will have a connection to Russia. So they might not be Russian or speak Russian even, but they might have a Russian first name or surname, or, you know, their granddad came over from Russia or something like that. They might do business in Russia, or be employed by a Russian company. You've got the frog who's prepared to make a leap, so getting ready to make that change. And of course, the prince here is riding on a frog called Barnabas. So there is this energy here of you both growing closer together, you both kind of making those leaps that bring you closer together. I do get the sense that it's almost like a chance meeting, or like a change in the way that you do things, or the way that you go about your daily routine brings you towards this person. It's weird. It's like, if I hadn't done this, we would never have met, or if I hadn't said yes to this, we would never have met. So say yes to things in this year, unless it goes against your boundaries. You know, obviously if someone's saying, oh, come on, do this, and you don't want to do it, then don't. But if you just have, for example, an invitation to something and you're not sure if you want to go, but it wouldn't hurt you to go, then maybe just say, okay, you know, I might come for half an hour or so and see what happens. Because I feel like it is going to be that chance meeting that does it for you in this year. Then you have the footprint charm. So following in someone's footsteps, following on someone on social media perhaps, maybe that's what alerts you to a certain event that's going to happen and you end up going to something. And then we have this nurturing charm with the watering can there, and it's funny that it landed on that charm with the apple tree. The card with the apple tree. It's like this sense of this thing naturally growing, gently growing. There's no rush here. There's no kind of forcefulness here. It's just a very natural and gentle growth of this relationship that I feel. And I think you're going to see the most progress around the autumn time. So let's get your dice on top and see what they can tell us to finish up group 2. Okay, we're rolling the second set of dice for you. Those are the original dice. They look like this. And we're rolling 3 of them for you today. Okay, group 2, Love Life 2021. Okay. So again, this energy about bottling up feelings, because this, when I get this charm, it doesn't feel like a genuine smile. It feels like someone who's smiling despite having a tough time. You know, they're trying to paint on that brave face. And I feel like, again, you're being encouraged not to do that in this year. You're being encouraged to assert yourself, assert your boundaries, say how you're feeling. If someone is bullying you, or if someone is making you feel like you have to do things for them, say how that's making you feel. Take a stand. Try and be you know, this strong person and not this sheep who just goes along with things. I also think this could be a message that the person you meet is born in the year of the sheep or goat. It's the same year, but it's sometimes called goat and sometimes it's called sheep. So that's something to look out for. And the lightning bolt, the shock here, I feel like if you're going to meet a masculine, if you're looking for a masculine energy, they're really going to shock or surprise you with how physically attractive they are. Or, you know, there's someone that you just catch sight of them and you're like, oh my goodness, this person, you know, I need to get closer to them. Even if they're not someone that everyone would find attractive, like they just really seem to pull you in for whatever reason. They seem to tick all your boxes on that first impressions list. So it looks like a really interesting year for you, Group 2, with a lot of positivity coming your way, a lot of experiences, and definitely really interested in this fated meeting that it seems that you're going to have in the coming year. So do let me know in the comments how this resonated, or if you just want to leave a comment and say whether you enjoyed this, please do. I do try to reply to all of your comments. I love reading them as well. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really excited to get to 12k, so please help me to make that happen. And all of those things really help out my channel as well. They help my videos to get shown to more people on YouTube. It helps the algorithm. So yeah, please do that if you want to show your support. I also have links in the description box if you want to get more involved with what I do here on the channel. You can go and follow me over on Instagram or Bilibili. If that interests you, you can become a patron on my Patreon page and get access to exclusive content over there and just kind of get to know me a little bit better. And you'll also get monthly rewards in return for showing some support for this channel. I also have an Etsy page. I am offering angel healing sessions. I might not have any slots available at the moment, but you can definitely check out what I have on there, because I'm doing Wheel of Wisdom spins and other things over on there at the moment as well. You can also donate to this channel via PayPal. I have a PayPal link in the description box. You can leave a little tip or a donation. That's always gratefully received. And I have an Amazon wishlist as well for new tarot and oracle decks. So if you're feeling really generous and you want to get a gift for me for the channel, that would be lovely. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated. It really is amazing. All of you are so kind, so generous. I love all of the lovely messages that you leave for me of support and saying how my readings have helped you, or how this channel just kind of lifts your mood or helps you get to sleep even, because I know that some of you listen to this before bed because it's kind of like a gentle, soft-spoken channel. So it's really lovely to hear how you enjoy my work, and I really hope you have a lovely year ahead of you, Group 2, with a lot of love and joy and laughter and support from others. I will see you again soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye. Take care. Hi there, Group 3. If you chose the bells, which say 85 pence, and the Ramses Tarot of Eternity, then this is your reading. So I'm going to get the tarot cards first, as always, and then I have loads of oracle cards. I've chosen lots of different decks, including a few that I haven't used for quite a while. And then we'll use your charms and dice as well. So there's a lot of information to get through in this reading. Group 3, Love Life, 2021. Okay, so we've got the Tower as your first card, then the Empress, Two of Wands, Justice, lots of major arcana cards, then Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, lots of Wands cards as well, and Ace of Swords Interesting. So a lot of different energies coming through here. I'm seeing Libra and possibly Taurus coming through as zodiac signs here. I definitely get the sense that things are going to get shaken up for you in 2021. So your relationship dynamics may change if you're currently in a relationship with someone. If you're not, I think there's going to be a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different feelings for you as well. I feel like this is a bit of a roller coaster year with lots of different feelings, lots of decisions. I kind of get the sense that some of you are going to be dating and then you think, actually, do I want to go out with this person? And then you're like, yes, I do. And then you're like, but do I? You know, there's this sense of like competing feelings going on here, and really coming into your power as well in this year with the Empress card there. The sense of really growing into yourself, feeling a lot more confident in who you are and being able to receive rather than run around after people. You know, the Empress does not chase after people hoping that they'll pay attention to her. You know, she just waits and they come to her. So there is this kind of magnetic energy that I think a lot of you will be having in this year. Then you've got the Justice card there. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you end up dealing with soulmates, possible twin flames, past life partners, you know, really important people for you in this year. There's a lot of manifestation energy coming through as well with the Two of Wands and the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, I'm interested to see what the Oracle cards are going to say about this. I feel like there's a lot of kind of newness and freshness about this coming year for you in love. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here. So this sense of harmony, collaboration, you know, calmness. I love this card. It's just got this sense of balance and celebration about it as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have something special to celebrate this year. You know, I feel like, I don't want to say anniversaries because some of you aren't in relationships yet, but I feel like some of you are getting towards like a special date. Like some of you may be getting engaged, some of you may have a big anniversary coming up of your relationship, some of you will just be growing closer to a person and then it kind of gets closer to your anniversary, so you might end up meeting someone fairly early on in the year. That wouldn't surprise me. There's just this sense of celebration here. Then we have Carry Me Home, number 27. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. So yeah, again, the Empress energy coming through again. I feel like you're not going around asking people to do things or asking people to get with you or, you know, anything like that. I feel like this is about allowing people in. It's about receiving. It's about being open in that strong feminine energy, whether or not you are a female. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us, and this is about allowing other people to help you out, allowing people to love you, because I think in many ways a lot of you are not one of those people that kind of wears your heart on your sleeve a lot, and I don't mean that in a way that you're like cagey or anything. I don't think it's that. I feel like when it comes to romance, you're not someone who easily lets themselves get sucked in, possibly for fear of seeming kind of silly or not being worthy of respect or something. I feel like you're a little bit detached sometimes because you want to trust someone first. But this is about letting people in this time. Letting your guard down just a little bit. Don't compromise, yeah, but still that doesn't mean just letting in just anyone. You know, make sure that these people really have your best interests at heart. Don't get with someone because there's no one else around if you're not really interested in that person, you know? I think that's an important message. Don't get kind of sucked into the trap of thinking, well, I don't love this person, but they could be an all right partner because, you know, they're an okay person. Maybe I should say yes to them because I'm not getting any other offers. You know, I wouldn't say that that was the best way to go about things in this year, because I think you will get other offers. You know, if I'm honest, I kind of get this sense that there's going to be a fair bit of opportunity for you in 2021. Okay, then we have Ostara, incubation. That's super interesting because I said that I felt somewhere around the early stages of this year would be when you might meet someone or when something important happens for you in love. And of course, Ostara is around Easter time. It's in the springtime. So that's super interesting. And with incubation as well, I get the sense of something which is growing, something which is new and is gradually just increasing, improving, growing stronger. Of course, for some of you, this may mean that you are going to conceive in this year, if that's something that you're hoping for. If that's not something you're hoping for, I would just be super careful in this coming year, especially around the springtime, as that could come up and be an issue for you. But yeah, this sense of growth and a new life that comes with the Ace of Swords as well. Newness, manifestation. I really love that. Then you have number 31, Coral's Wisdom. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. So kind of what I was saying with things progressing slowly, progressing naturally, nothing being forced here, nothing being rushed. But again, I want to come back to those words delicacy and fragility, because I really feel like you're someone who does not let people see that side of you. You know, maybe you are insecure about things, because when I see these coral lines on this mermaid's back, I think of stretch marks, and that could be something that you personally feel insecure about, or there could be scars on your body, or you could just feel like you're not 100% with your teeth or your hair or your weight or things like that. There could be something in particular like that that makes you feel insecure. And just in general, I feel like you're not someone who easily lets others in. Like, you could be a very sociable, happy, talkative person, but you don't let people into that kind of vulnerable part of yourself very easily. And so I feel like this year is going to be more about letting in at least one person, letting them see that softer side to you. Tree, number 18, let them go. Okay, this is important as well, as just kind of getting over any past issues. So if you have been treated badly in previous relationships, or you have recently had a breakup, you know, it's just about dealing with all of those lingering feelings or those lingering thoughts, tying them up, letting them go. You know, this sense of kind of almost like a closure ritual, you know, doing something for you that will help you put an end to this in your mind. So whatever it is for you that needs to be released or let go of, it's time to move on from that as you enter 2021. It's time to try and make a conscious effort to move on from that energy so you can welcome in all of this new things. And for some of you, this may be where you need the support. You know, you may need to just talk to someone about your grief or about your previous relationship or about the difficulties you've been overcoming recently, and that may help this person to kind of see a different side to you, a side that you don't usually show others. Yeah, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I feel like this is less about forgiving the person that we're talking about here, the person that's going to be the love interest. I think it's about forgiving people in the past, and possibly even forgiving yourself for things that you've done, but generally just kind of moving on from the past. There doesn't have to be any forgiveness involved. There can just be like a sense of, okay, that's done now, I'm not there anymore, I release it. And again, we have someone comforting the person who is, you know, suffering in this situation. So there does seem to be this kind of repeated imagery here. spend quality time together. Number 46, listen and talk to each other. So yeah, there definitely is going to be this kind of deep relationship where you spend a lot of time talking, you talk about the deep things. It's not just small talk, you know, you have a really valuable relationship with this person. And so I think you're going to enjoy that in this year. It's not going to be just like the dating. It's not just going to be about the physical or the excitement. It's going to be deeper than that. Then we have Daughter Romance, number 33. And I feel like the reason why it landed like that is because it seemed blocked for a while. And this happened with group 1 as well, where we got a different door. So I feel like it's just gradually going to unlock for you in this year is the Daughter Romance. Daughter love and, you know, all of those lovely things, which I think for quite a while, group 3 have been denied for you. I feel like you're one of those groups that hasn't been in a relationship for a long time, or has possibly had opportunities but wasn't able to act on them, or you haven't even had those opportunities for whatever reason. It feels like it's been a while for you, group 3, and you're just ready for that now. You're ready for that new experience. Okay, so then I've pulled 4 archetype cards for you, group 3, and these are going to represent the main people in your love life in 2021. So they could all be 4 aspects of the same person. They could be 4 different people. You might recognize yourself and the way you approach love amongst these cards. They're basically just showing you traits to look out for in people in this coming year, because they're going to be important in your love life in one way or another. They could represent, for example, people who might introduce you to the love interest that you're going to have. So we've got the victim card first of all. Light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Shadow attributes are playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. And you don't have to take both attributes, you know, it could just be one that resonates with you, and that's completely fine. Then we have Midas or Miser. Light attributes are entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Shadow attributes are hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Then we have Gossip. Light attributes are awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Shadow attributes thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. And then we have God. Light attributes benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. And what's super interesting is that there are like over 70 cards in this deck, and yet 3 of these cards have come out in previous piles, and they haven't all been in like the same pile, but I just find that super interesting that you've got those. So yeah, victim, Midas / miser, gossip, and God. And that takes us very nicely into the next cards that I'm going to use, because I have the Gods and Titans Oracle, and I also have Goddess Guidance Oracle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from each deck, and the Gods and Titans Oracle is going to give you a message from the masculine, and the Goddess Guidance will give you a message from the feminine. So if you are someone who's looking for a masculine in your love life, then you're going to take the message from the Gods and Titans Oracle. If you're looking for a feminine, you'll take the message from the Goddess Guidance Oracle. And also you might find that you get a message for yourself in one of the other decks. So for example, if you are a feminine who is looking for a masculine in love, then the Gods and Titans message will give you the message about that person, and you might find that the Goddess Guidance gives you a message about yourself. So just take whatever resonates with these 2 cards. This isn't really something I've done before, but I just felt like this would be interesting in this particular reading. Okay, so the masculine message is Green Man, abundance. That's interesting. So you may find that the masculine that you meet in this year is someone who has those kinds of King of Pentacles qualities, you know, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, someone who is very good at business or just naturally quite wealthy. I feel like it's likely this person is rather confident as well. They're very comfortable in their masculinity. Those are just the energies that I get from that. If you are the masculine in question, then you're being asked to embody these aspects. Feel more comfortable in yourself, more confident about your body, about your financial status, etc. Because confidence attracts people. So that's your masculine message. Let's get your goddess message as well. Group 3. We have Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay, so if you are looking for a feminine in love, you may find that that woman has very strong faith, and that doesn't mean that she is necessarily a Christian or anything like that. She might not even be religious, this feminine energy. She could just be someone who trusts that things will work out, or doesn't believe in coincidences, feels like everything happens for a reason, or there's always a deeper message or lesson behind things. If you are the feminine energy, then you're being asked to kind of embody these energies, try and be more trusting, try and have more faith in the universe, expect things to work out well, expect positive opportunities and miracles and blessings for yourself, because these good things are on their way. So I think it's beautiful that you've got those two cards together. They're both very auspicious. So let's just get you one more card, group 3, and then we'll move on to your charms and dice. These cards that I'm going to be using are quite good at picking out any issues that might be affecting your love life. Okay, you actually got 2. So you got number 6, Glaubenssätze, which means belief systems, and number 14, Kontrolle, control. So this one is a victim card and this one is a relationship card. So be aware of people who are controlling in relationships. Don't get involved with those kinds of people. If at any point you feel like someone is trying to take charge of the relationship or the narrative around the relationship, be careful of that, be wary of that. But equally, look at those aspects in yourself. If you feel like you always have to be in control and you have to be the person that says what's happening and where you're going or what the status of the relationship is, then just take a step back from that and ask yourself if maybe the other person would like to have a say in the situation as well. And then Glaubenssätze is a victim card, so things that can affect you negatively or can have like a damaging impact on your relationship. And so this is like seeing the same situation very differently. We've got the woman here who's seeing this kind of rosy field and the man who's seeing this very barren, wintry landscape. So I feel like just trying to keep having open conversations, being honest, making sure that you're both on the same page is really important here as well. So let's get your charms on top, group 3, and just your quick 2-second warning. If you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have the volume turned up really loud, like full, or you have headphones in, then you might just want to turn it down while I shuffle them, because they can be a bit loud and I know that not everyone likes the sound. Some of you don't mind, some of you really like it, but some of you just find it a bit grating, which is fine. So I just always try and remember to say turn it down if you don't like it. So group 3, love life in 2021. Okay, so this little charm fell out while I was shuffling, and that's the ladybird. And the ladybird is this sign of good luck. It's an auspicious sign. It means that good things are coming. And so it's nice that it landed on this card about expecting a miracle. But what I also find really interesting about this charm, the ladybird, is that in German, ladybird is Marienkäfer. And I am fairly sure that Marianne is Mother Mary. So it's named after Mother Mary, and also in Russian it's called Bozhya Korovka, which means like God's little cow, which is a really weird name for a little bug thing, but yeah. So kind of it's associated with the divine in both of those languages, which I find interesting that it has just happened to land on that card. You've also got the letter G, so that could be important. That could be someone's name or surname. It could be a place where you might meet someone. It could be a word associated with love for you or with this particular person. Then you've got the lipstick there, so that's all about self-care, making sure that you feel comfortable and confident in yourself, feeling that you know, are just happy with the way that you look, or happy with your body, or happy with your physical reality. And we have the key as well, which is always a good sign. That's a symbol of overcoming obstacles, overcoming blockages as well. And of course, it's just near this card about a door, so unlocking this door to romance. I do get the sense that some of you are worriers. You've got that worry doll there. Maybe have a tendency to overthink things. Then you have a guardian angel for health. So you have a guardian angel watching over you here. You've also got the rocking horse. So some of you are dealing with inner child issues. As well, for some of you, it feels like your love life has just been moving backwards and forwards, hasn't been going anywhere, hasn't been getting anywhere interesting. And this year is going to change that, because there is going to be this growth of something new. Then you got this astrology dice, which landed on Libra, which is interesting because you haven't got many zodiac signs popping out in your reading for you, whereas the other groups did. But one of the ones that you did get straight away was Libra. So Libra could be important here, could be someone's sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. You're being protected. You've got that protective hand of Fatima there. You are also going to find a lot of contentment in this year, a lot of fulfillment and happiness. You've got the saxophone. Now for me, that just kind of speaks about art and sophistication. It kind of reminds me of jazz, you know, cafes, that kind of thing. Yeah, just these kind of sophisticated places. So this might be a clue as to this person's music tastes, or this person's taste in places to go. Might be a hint as to where you might meet them. You've also got the magic bag there, so lots of blessings, lots of miracles coming your way, really exciting things. I love that charm. You have the winter charm, so that could be a clue. That might be when you meet this person. And again, I was saying that I felt that for a lot of you, it was right early in the relationship. Not in the relationship, early in the year that you meet this person. Obviously, I know that winter also comes around at the end of the year. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to meet someone fairly early on in 2021. And then you have the glasses, so seeing things clearly. I think you're not someone who kind of takes crap from anyone. You're not someone who puts up with bad behavior from someone. You know, you go into this with your eyes open. You see things for what they are. You're not someone who kind of is easy to talk around or get into situations that you don't want to end up in. You're someone who's quite clear on what you do and don't want, and what you will and won't accept. So just keep doing that. And we'll get your dice on top now as well, group 3, just to finish off your reading. Okay, we're rolling the second set of dice for you, which is the original dice. They look like this. And we're rolling 8 of them for you, so plenty of dice for you today, group 3. Okay, love life in 2021. Okay, so you have got the lock there, but you've also got a key, so I'm not worried about that. I feel like there's just a time, or there has been a lot of times recently where you just haven't had those opportunities, and I really think it is going to come to you. You know, we've got this fresh communication coming your way with the postcard, shining a light onto this new experience, seeing things clearly as we talked about before. Any questions that you've been asking or any doubts that you've been having about yourself, you will come to an understanding soon. You will see clearly. You will have, I feel, some kind of epiphany actually about someone. For some of you, I think there is like a friend or co-worker who has a crush on you and just won't talk to you about it. And so it's like the penny is going to drop for you in this year. You're going to realize this person who is kind of around you regularly or semi-regularly is actually interested in you, and you didn't realize, or you had an idea but weren't sure. For some of you, it's that you have a crush on someone and they're going to realise in this coming year. I think as well, the year is a lot about realisation for you, and a lot about bringing what you want into your life. There's this feeling of gradual increases with the abacus, and also the turtle, which is about just gradually moving forward, not pushing, not forcing anything. You're allowing this energy to come to you. You're not forcing it. You're not going out chasing after it. You're just bringing it in magnetically. And then also we have the parachute. So when I get that, I just think of escaping something or avoiding something that's not right for you. So again, if you feel like someone's interested in you and you're not that interested in them, or you don't feel like they can give you what you want, then don't just, go along with it for the sake of that, just because you think you might not get another offer or there's no one else around at the time. Don't go along with things that you think aren't going to work out for you. Avoid those things, or be gentle about it. You don't have to be mean in letting someone down, but just kind of saying, look, it's not right for me, or it's not the right decision for me at this time. Just being open and honest about that, I think, will be very helpful for you. But I hope you enjoyed this group 3. It looks like there's a lot of positive things coming to you in love this year, a lot of opportunity, especially coming your way. Definitely making it different from what you've been experiencing recently. I think you've had a lot of disappointment recently, or just not a lot going on in love. So please do let me know how this resonated in the comments. I love reading your comments. If you just want to let me know if you enjoyed the reading, that would be lovely as well. I do try to reply to all of them as well. Do like this video if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm so excited to get to 12k, so please help me make that happen. And honestly, all of these things really help my videos get seen by more people on YouTube. They help me get recommended more, so if you want to help me out, definitely give that a try. And I also have links in the description box which will help you kind of get more involved with what I do here on the channel if that interests you. So you can go and follow me on Instagram and Bilibili if you have accounts on those websites, or if that interests you. You can become a Patreon over on my Patreon page. You can help out the channel every month, and in return you get access to exclusive content, you get monthly rewards, and you just kind of get to know me a little bit better over on there as well. I have my Etsy page still open. I am offering angel healing sessions there, but I might not have any slots at the moment, so just check it out if you're interested. I have other things on there as well, like Wheel of Wisdom spins to get answers to questions, so that might interest you. I also have my PayPal link for tips and donations to the channel, and my Amazon wishlist for new tarot and oracle decks. So if you're feeling very generous and you'd like to leave a little tip, or you'd like to get a new deck for the channel, definitely check those things out. It would mean a lot to me. And I just want to say another big thank you to everyone who has donated already, no matter how much it was, everyone who's shown their support in whatever way that they can. Just thank you so much for helping out my channel. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for all of the lovely messages that you guys leave me of support and telling me how my work has helped you, or how you enjoy the readings that I offer here. So just thank you to all of you who've kind of cheerleaded for me in that way. And I hope you have a lovely year ahead. Group 3 filled with love and joy and laughter and lots of wonderful opportunities. Take care, have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.